Hello and welcome everyone. Today we'll be discussing the questions carrying 6 marks for the chapter Should Wizard Hit Mommy? So let us directly jump into the question. A child's standpoint invariably is different from that of an adult. So the statement means that एक बच्चे का जो point of view होता है, एक बच्चे का जो सोचने का तरीका होता है, वो entirely different होता है एक बड़े से. So you have to justify the statement in reference to the story, Should Wizard Hit Mommy? So this line telling us that a child's point of view is entirely different, is invariably different from that of an adult. This is the main theme of this chapter. How Jack perceives the story and how Joe's perceive the same story. Both of the perceptions are entirely parallel. So we have to justify this idea with reference to the story that we have discussed in the previous videos. So let us talk about both of these viewpoints separately. So now adults are mature, they are experienced and have a practical approach towards life. Obviously, adults have lived more, they have understood more, they have experienced more, so they have a more practical approach towards life. They know what is right and wrong. So their responses are tutored and their actions reflect their thoughts. Whatever adults do, whatever adults speak, they do it by contemplating. They do it by, thinking twice or thrice. They do not speak something that comes to their mind at first. First, they weigh the pros and cons of their actions and their responses. But on the other hand, a child speaks whatever comes to his mind. His thoughts are unfiltered because he has not experienced many things. He has not seen people, he has not experienced companionship, he has not experienced the adversities. So that is why he or she experiences his or her thoughts without thinking once or twice. So this is how a child is different from an adult. So we have to first discuss this basic idea. This will build the answer. This will give a firm foundation to our answer. We know that a child is spontaneous. His or her responses are natural and untutored. They are not guided by any motive. A child's responses are not guided by any motive. He doesn't speak anything to hurt someone or impress someone. So in the same way, Jo is a 4-year-old child and she prefers to live in her own world of dream and fantasies. We know the psychology of a child. We know at this age, at this tender age of 4 years, a child's personality and thought cycle is still developing. So they often go into their world of dreams and fantasies, and they often do not realize that what they're saying is not actually relevant. It's not actually true. It's not in line with the reality. The same is with Jo. She doesn't know the consequences of Roger Skunk smelling that of roses. He doesn't understand the philosophy behind it. She doesn't understand that if Roger Skunk smells of roses, he would lose his identity. He would lose his identity that is of a skunk. A skunk should always smell foul, and he would lose his identity if he would start smelling of roses. And his mother did the right thing of making him smell stinky again. Jo is also right in her presenting her point of view. She is also right that if Roger Skunk doesn't smell of roses, nobody would play with him. Because for a person her age, friends are more important. Seeking validation from people is more important. Whereas for Jack, who is an adult, he knows that a child needs guidance. He needs someone to guide him and correct him whenever he or she goes wrong. That is why he says that the wizard had interfered with the nature. He had interfered with the law of nature, with the natural thing that was Roger Skunk's stinky smell. So he deserved to be punished by his mother. Jo completely disagrees with her father. For her, the baby skunk was right, and it made perfect sense if the wizard hit the stupid mom. So this shows us the psychology of a child. It shows us how a child thinks, what are a child's priorities and what are an adult's priorities. So all of this should be discussed in this answer. All of these ideas, all of these parallels should be discussed by you point by point. It should not be mixed up and it should not be made into a mess. A 6 marks questions in your 6 marks questions, you are judged on how you present your viewpoints, because in 6 marks questions you have so many viewpoints to discuss. You do not have a limit. So when you have more viewpoints, you have a problem of expressing them clearly. So all of these viewpoints should be discussed by you separately and in a sensical manner. What impression do you form of Jack as a father? So Jack was 4-year-old Joe's father. He had another child. He had a son Bobby, and he was a very caring and affectionate father who made sincere efforts to satisfy his daughter's creative intellect. He used to narrate a story to her each day. Now, the story was not different every time. It had interesting characters, interesting storyline, and now it had been 2 years since this tradition was going on, and even when he was running out of ideas, he was running out of stories to tell Joe. He made he made new stories, and he wanted to satisfy his daughter's intellect, creative intellect. He used to narrate a story to her each day, and he himself had a very creative mind. And nearly all the stories he told were a product of his own imagination, his own mind. So each story began with a slight variation of the basic tale. This shows us that how many efforts did Jack made to be a good parent. He took so much pain to tell stories to his daughter, to tell meaningful stories with meaningful morals to his daughter. He himself had he had mastered the art of storytelling, and he could create new stories on the spot to suit the mood and occasion. He could create the desired effect to keep his daughter's interest intact because he understood her very pulse. But this is a slightly contradictory point, because in the end we come to know that Jack doesn't agree with Joe's ending of the story. So at that point, he's not understanding her perspective. He's only putting forward his perspective. That, Joe, when parents do something for their child, it's right and all of that. So this is a slightly contradictory point, and you could put it forward if you feel the same. But in my point of view, it tells us that at that specific point of time, he was not understanding her pulse and her point of view. But it doesn't mean that he was a bad father. The feeling that he got when he came out of the room, that he was a bad father and he could not satisfy his daughter, this is entirely wrong. When you and your child do not match, your perspectives do not match, it doesn't straight away tells you that you are a bad parent. It just tells you that you need to catch their perspective. You need to study more about their perspective. You need to be in their shoes, and your child also needs to be in your shoes. This is a simple hit and try method that you should practice more often. Jack is always full of creative enthusiasm. We know that he frames many new stories for her daughter, and so many times even he imitates the voices of characters in his stories. This is a favorite part of the story, as we are told in the chapter. When he has to imitate the voices of the characters, he has to imitate the voice of an old owl or the wizard. This is the part that he enjoys the most. So it tells us that even an adult has a fraction of a child in him or her. Different generations can have different views. Such differences should be respected. What is the difference between Joe and Jack's views on the Roger Skunk story? So the first line is very apt. It tells us that different generations, they can have different viewpoints. Obviously, not any two persons are alike. So different, even if they're of the same generation, they cannot have same viewpoints. But here we are talking about two people of different generations. So they can obviously have different viewpoints, and such differences, they should be respected. So what is the difference between Joe and Jack's views on the Roger Skunk story? Now, Joe wants the story to end somewhat differently than Jack's ending. So this is because of the difference in their ages, their environment, and their situations. The situations they have gone through, the environment they are living in, and their ages. This difference is entirely due to all of these factors. Now, Joe wanted Roger Skunk to retain his sweet smell in place of his original foul smell, because to her, socialization is more important, validation is more important. She's a child. She's merely 4 years old. She doesn't know the basic difference between right and wrong. That idea is still developing in her mind. So that is why this is the ending she wants. Now, on the other hand, Jack was an experienced and mature adult who wished to teach life's harsh realities to his daughter. He insisted that Roger Skunk gets his foul smell back, and when he gets his foul smell back, even then the children are playing with him. So you shouldn't have a problem with the Roger Skunk's foul smell coming back again. So this tells us that how different generations can have different viewpoints, and both of these generations should respect these differences because they have different ages, they live in different environments, they have been grown in different environments, and they go through different situations each day. So that is why these differences should be respected. So this is a thinking question, a question that would require you to present your perspective. What ending would you give to the story of Roger Skunk? So this could also mean that you would not like to change the ending of the story which Jack gave, or you would like to go with the ending that Joe advised, or you could give your own ending. So what ending, according to you, would be right for the story of Roger Skunk? So this is a question you can ponder upon, and this is a question that would do a quick revision of this chapter. Any query regarding this question would be welcomed in the comment section. Thank you and have a nice day. I hope this helped.